Next up on the playlist, the story of how and why the distinctive music of one Caribbean island has made its way to the other side of the globe and entered the collective soul of the people there. Reggae is big in many parts of the world. The island rhythms that Bob Marley made famous travel well. And there's something in the reggae beat and the message that hits home with New Zealanders, particularly with the Maori population. And if you think about the country's colonial history, the relationship between European settlers and Maoris, it's no wonder that reggae resonates with people in that part of the South Pacific.
And shine, yeah, yeah. But people find time to slow down.
The island beaches and the sonic waves are a natural fit.
You think you really fly, but you're low now.
Much of the landscape suits the lush, organic feel of the music.
Reggae music in the morning keeps your head right. Reggae music in the evening keeps your soul right.
But this is definitely not the Caribbean, far from it. Reggae has been outsourced and reworked, blended with Maori and Pacific Island influences in a place that's closer to the South Pole than it is to Jamaica.
What would you do if Kalaman come for you? What would you say if Kalaman come for you? Yeah.
For me, reggae music is a very powerful music. And we're not Rastafarians. We have our own religion and our own language and our own culture, but we embrace reggae music. When we talk to Jamaican purists that you know have grown up with reggae music, and they say, "Hey, this Kiwi band doing reggae."
Yeah.
And it sounds good, you know, they kind of don't know how to take it, you know? They're kind of like, that's our music, man, you know?
Reggae music was born in Jamaica, more than 13,000 kilometers from here, in the late 1960s. Its songs fueled with themes of love, faith, and social injustice.
The reason that reggae is so universally popular is really because of the reggae rhythms and the melodies, but mainly the rhythms, because there's something so addictive about them that they just seep into your unconscious, whatever your language, whatever your culture. Reggae traditionally has been the music of the underdog, the music of the rebel, the music of the revolutionary.
Reggae's chief revolutionary was the late Bob Marley, who helped bring this genre to the world. Marley had a catalytic effect on the kiwi reggae scene when he played there in 1979. It's a tour New Zealanders still talk about.
Shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot no deputy.
The rhythm of the message from Bob Marley hit home here because he's speaking the same language. People at the same time were thinking, yep, we identify with Bob's message because we are struggling to reassert our cultural identity, keep our language intact.
In the 1970s, Maoris were locked in a conflict with the government over land rights, and many New Zealanders of Pacific Island descent were fighting for the right to stay in the country. The message Marley brought with him on that tour was written on one post-colonial island and resonated with another.
Get up, stand up, did you hear? Stand up for your right one more time. Get up, stand up, did you hear? Don't give up the fight.
I don't think it was that Bob Marley had such an affinity with New Zealand. I think it was that the people of New Zealand, and specifically the Maori, had an affinity with him. There was a sort of great sort of Maori tradition of militancy and standing up for their rights. They saw Bob as a god-like figure. I mean, they referred to him as the Redeemer, in fact. I think he was very important for them.
Definitely Bob Marley sort of fueled that and gave us mana, gave us power, and gave us hope and belief to to stand up for ourselves.
Say what you're thinking, slow, and you'll get no respect if you can. Say what you feel, be sure, feel your execution perfect, go hard.
The effect that had locally was that people heard those lyrics, I believe, and then thought, right, we're going to compose our own songs dealing with the local political issues that we have.
Feel your execution perfectly.
It's easy to write political music, much harder, though, to make it sound this good. The kiwi reggae scene is centered in the Waikato region of the North Island and in the capital city, Wellington. Not far from Waikato is Sakatane. That's where Kora comes from. 4 of its 5 members are Maori brothers.
Come play when I get my tracks stopped, jump to the next floor. Some say I should get my steps right, I would choose not to show.
A lot of New Zealanders were colonialised by the English and stuff, and Jamaica was the same way. And when reggae music came throughout the world, New Zealanders and Māoris especially could connect with it straight away. It was something about the struggle behind it, the power behind it. It was a real spiritual thing. We're one of the biggest reggae countries in the world for this little thing.
Actually, I think we still
Apart
are.
from Jamaica.
From Jamaica, yeah. So it's kind of part of New Zealand's DNA in some ways.
In some ways, Kora embodies the second generation of Kiwi reggae in that the band infuses its music with elements of funk and rock. Kora and Catch a Fire also sprinkle in Maori melodies. Both Kiwi bands are taking liberties with someone else's genre, making it their own.
The first wave of music in New Zealand, roots reggae, was more orthodox. There wasn't as much fusion. The second wave, if you like, in the last 10 years, has seen people take that basic rhythmic recipe and they've added all sorts of bits to it.
We all love all styles of music, but within each individual we like certain types of music, you know, stronger, and then we'll bring that to the mixing pot when we're creating something and say, hey man, what do you think about this? And gel it together somehow, and that's the sound of Kora.
Can you make a right decision for all of us? For all of us.
People these days are more open-minded to different genres of music being fused together, and you know, that's just the way forward.
That is the sound, the imported, adopted Jamaican sound of New Zealand.
So get up and come right with me, yeah. Oh, oh, that's him. Well, I can see you rocking in your chair. How I wish you could come up over here right next to me and rock a little while.
Our road crew here at the Playlist is also clocking up the air miles. These are some of the places the show will take you to and acts we'll be looking at in the weeks ahead. Hakim El Sikamea is one of 2 Algerian musicians we'll be spending time with. He is classically trained and mixes his Arab roots with everything from Spanish flamenco to folk. Akli D has an interesting story. A Berber born in Algeria, he's lived in California and Ireland and found a way to mix North African music, the Mississippi blues, and some potent politics.
We can lounge in Tangier, not the one in Vegas, nah, the one in Morocco.
And what happens when a Moroccan, a Pakistani, and a Honduran hook up in a studio in Denmark? You get outlandish, multiple languages, religions, and genres on one great album. They're all on our to-do list. The world of fusion is our oyster, but remember, this is your show. Email us about acts you think we should be looking at from your part of the planet. We're at info@playlist-tv.com. That's how you can get with the program. We'll play you out this week with one last blast of New Zealand reggae from Catch a Fire. See you next time when music and cultures come together here on the Playlist on Al Jazeera.
Well, I hope you don't mind a little bit of skanking. I hope you're gonna ride with me, yeah. Skanking. All of the people in the house gonna get a bit of skanking. So get up and come ride with me, yeah.